In pursuit of stability, Türkiye revisits the global crisis and proposes new approaches. This video series sheds light on Türkiye's stabilizing role. Over the last decade, the Eastern Mediterranean has become a centerpiece of the global energy industry. According to the US Geological Survey, up to 122 trillion cubic feet of natural gas and 1.7 billion barrels of oil lie underneath the Eastern Mediterranean basin. These resources amount to around 70 years of EU gas consumption and hold promise to boost prosperity and stability in the Eastern Mediterranean. It would also help the Union's ongoing efforts of cutting energy imports from Russia, which has become a strategic priority as the Russian war on Ukraine rages. The history of the natural gas discoveries in the region traces back to 2009, when Israel discovered 320 billion cubic meters of natural gas in the Tamar field. In 2010, Israel discovered a further 600 billion cubic meters in the nearby Leviathan field. And in 2011, the Greek Cypriot administration found 130 billion cubic meters of gas in the Aphrodite field. Egypt also joined the club when it discovered the 800 billion cubic meters of natural gas reserves at the Zohar field in 2015. Egypt launched production from Zohar as of 2019. More recently, representatives from Egypt, Israel, and the EU converged in Cairo in mid-June to sign a deal on the export of Israeli gas to Europe. This state of affairs, coupled with ever-growing domestic energy demand, led Türkiye to adopt a new national energy strategy in 2017 to help fast-track oil and gas exploration in the Black and Mediterranean seas. It was against this backdrop that Türkiye signed a maritime deal in November 2019 with Libya to establish an economic exclusive zone, claiming its right to seabed resources in the Mediterranean. Anxious and furious of the Turkish-Libyan deal, Greece signed its own economic exclusive zone agreement with Egypt in August 2020 that clashed directly with Türkiye's claims. Greece utilized the Eastern Mediterranean Gas Forum to promote itself as a transit country from the Eastern Mediterranean to Europe. Türkiye, on the other hand, was not invited to this forum. Athens also aligned with France in a bid to isolate Türkiye, the longest coastline to the Eastern Mediterranean. These two nations, both NATO members, were also on the same side as Russia in trying to topple the internationally recognized government in Libya at the cost of undermining regional peace and prosperity. Türkiye's timely and resolute intervention in Libya in 2020 to support the then government of national accord was crucial for halting the bloodshed in the country. Despite the maximalist demands and constant provocations of Greece and the Greek Cypriot administration on the demarcation of maritime borders, Türkiye kept urging for a negotiated settlement. All the while, Ankara expanded its fleet of research and drilling vessels in search of Eastern Mediterranean and Black Sea hydrocarbons. In 2020 and 2021, Türkiye discovered around 450 billion cubic meters of natural gas in two different fields in the Black Sea. It plans to start transferring 10 billion cubic meters of natural gas daily from Sakarya gas field to the national grid in the first quarter of 2023. Ankara has already taken tangible and resolute steps in restoring its relations with Israel and Egypt, both important regional players with which Türkiye has old and well-rounded relations. President Erdogan's meeting with his Israeli counterpart Isaac Herzog in March 2022 and Foreign Minister Mevlut Çavuşoğlu's visit to Tel Aviv in May 2022 are also confirming steps displaying both parties' willingness to mend fences. As the biggest consumer of oil and gas in the region and a major transit country, Türkiye's government policy stresses that energy can be a uniting factor to promote peace and stability. The country has time and again expressed determination to buttress its already burgeoning energy presence in the region to strike a balance and that would protect its own rights and interests while also benefiting its neighbors and region at large.